All right, take a look at AMC shares. They are moving higher right now. Charlie Gasperino is at the annual Milken Institute Global Conference in LA and managed to grab AMC CEO Adam Aron just a short while ago and break some exclusive news for the Clayman Countdown. But first, Charlie, you've got some more news on that SEC lawsuit filed against Ripple from Ripple CEO. Tell us.
Yeah. Yes, Brad Garlinghouse. I can never say his name quite right. Good guy. We spoke to him yesterday. We asked him about his suit in the context of what's going on with the Bitcoin ETF and what the SEC is doing in terms of regulation. Listen to what he had to say.
I think it has had a stifling effect here in the U.S. Hopefully when we get to the end of this, there'll be certainty and clarity. And frankly, it could be a very positive thing for the XRP ecosystem and community that it's the one crypto where there is clarity and it is certain.
Do you see a settlement of your case in the works?
Look, I would love to spend less time on this and be able to move forward. You know, the one thing that Ripple cares about more than anything, and really for the whole XRP ecosystem, is that there's clarity going forward that XRP is not a security. If that's not in the cards in a settlement, then there's nothing to settle.
Well, there you see it. I think, Liz, I think people at Ripple are actually annoyed that the SEC is approving a Bitcoin ETF while they're attacking their XRP and Ripple. And as you heard, no settlement unless there's that very fine point that XRP remains a currency and not a security, thus outside the SEC boundaries. Let's go to Adam Aron. Fascinating conversation I just had. That was the best thing about Milken, Liz. You could just talk to people. They're walking by, and we ran into Adam, and it's interesting. What he said is this. He goes, AMC, the theater chain, is going to be a different company in the next year. It's not going to be purely theaters. Now, I tried to get out of him what it is. He promised to go on the Clayman Countdown and talk to you and I about what exactly those changes are. But he told me within the next couple of weeks, AMC is going to announce a meaningful change. It was the words he used, meaningful change in its business model that will tip the hat on where they're going in the future. So it's fascinating. He did talk about the AMC ape community. You know, I get a lot of guff from them. Well, he basically says they're the reason why they're going to be able to make the changes. The fact that they rallied behind the stock, they've given him capital, $2 billion in capital. He can grow the business. He can build it out. He can change it, and we're going to see where he's going with that in a few weeks. He also thanked me, believe it or not, for some of the comments I've made about him, and this is where he and I agree. I think he's a very good CEO. I think if anybody was given a horrible hand, he's looking at streaming, you know, which obviously hurts his theater business. He's had a pandemic, which is still going on, which obviously hurts. He's done some incredibly innovative things to keep things together. And you know what? He's not a BSer. If you read what he says, he admits the stock, based on historical trends, is way over. It's trading at way too high of a price, and there's a risk here, and there's a risk here, and there's a risk here, and so he's very forthcoming about that. But he did say this. He said, "Listen, you know, Amazon wasn't built in a day," and we went back and he said, "You know, people used to say that Jeff Bezos back in 2000 had a portal for a bookseller. Therefore, the stock was only worth $6. But as you know, it's worth a lot more than $6 today." He said, try to imagine. He goes, I'm not saying I'm Jeff Bezos, but try to imagine that's where AMC is going to go. I'm going to change stuff. I'm going to innovate. And, you know, I believe him. I mean, I think he's very smart. You look at the moves he's doing. It's really smart how he's trying to fight to survive. And, you know, I will say this. No other CEO, I think, in America was dealt the sort of hand that he was dealt, given the pandemic and streaming. I mean, that's a 1-2 punch. Yeah. And he's still kicking. Yeah. Now, part of it is based on the apes, and he acknowledges that. But he's just not sitting there on his hands,
well,
you know. And,
I don't know if you heard,
he's
Charlie,
not touting the stock price.
But we had Jamie Rogozinski, who founded the Wall Street Bets Reddit room, at the top of the show. He is insulted by the SEC's indication in the report, which I have right here, which basically blows off the apes' efforts and the fact that they chased a lot of shorts away, and the fact that you know, AMC is up 1,865% year to date.
By the way, I read the report. I don't know if that guy read the report. This is what the report really said about the apes, and Adam would agree with this, I think. there is no short squeeze in AMC. If you want to go and you want to buy this stock because you believe the mother of all short squeezes are coming and it's going to explode, you're probably just throwing money away. If you want to support the company because you like the company and you think Adam's a great CEO, that's another thing. But that whole short squeeze notion did not play out really in the meme stock. By the way, that report also said that this notion of naked shorting is a bunch of malarkey.
Right. But Charlie, let me read you a line from the report.
But they shot down
Let me read you a line from the report.
Another.
The report says the media characterized trading in GameStop as an act of rebellion intended to humble short-selling professional investors who had allegedly targeted the stock. What part of 130% of the float being shorted at GameStop is alleged? I mean, that to me is right away skewed.
Well, wait a second. No. But what does that mean, Liz? You know, people need, I'm not saying you, but maybe you too. You need to understand how markets work. By the way, one share
what part of
stock
130% of a float shorted is alleged?
Well, what do you mean? What do you care whether it's alleged or not?
Well,
I mean,
that's a loaded word. The SEC is saying that allegedly.
The whole report is a loaded. The whole report is a loaded word. If you read what they said, I think this was one of the strongest part of the report. What they said was the conspiracy theory, and this is after tons of analysis. And by the way, Gary Gensler would stop screaming in my ear. Gary Gensler would like
I'm not saying
to
anything.
crack down on the, I'm just telling you this. That report shot down every conspiracy
theory. Yeah, but
theory.
it pumped up the gamification, acting like these retail investors are stupid and they're distracted by shiny objects.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Yes,
it said they liked the stock. Stop it. I read the thing twice.
So did I.
I have it right here.
Did you read the report?
Okay, now I'm getting yelled at in my ear.
Just because you have it right here doesn't mean you read it.
Oh, okay.
Go back to Aaron and Aaron.
Okay,
just keep looking at what Adam's going to do because he's going to be making news in the next couple of weeks and broken on this show.
Charlie Gasperino live from Beverly Hills in the Milken Conference. We're coming right back. Don't go away.